we're going to be talking about why even bother? Why do we travel together? Why do we bother to have a community? Why do we do the things that we do in STARTrading?
Yes, because you could just put a training course out there and sell that and teach people how to trade. But instead, you've got hundreds of people messaging you all the time.
All the time.
In a community, which is a whole other part of your STARTrading business, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So why did you develop that?
Well, first of all, those of you who mess me all the time, you know who you are, and I'm fine with it. I love you all. So, yeah, I could have just put a course out there. I could have just made money from the business that way. Of course I could, but that's not really me. And I think I'm going to answer this in a slightly deeper way than I was expecting to. But I'm prone to feeling lonely and isolated. Like, that's just a bit of my nature. I very much like to be around people. I mean, as much as I love people, I also need a lot of alone time. And anyone who knows Myers-Briggs, my Myers-Briggs type, needs the most alone time, even though we're extroverts. So I think for me, I never ever wanted to set up just a course. It was never in my frame of reference to do just that. I was part of, when I first started, a trading community, not quite like STARTrading is. Like, we very much are a community. They were a group of people, there's very much a difference between a group of people and a community. And I think we very much are a community. So that's partly why I've always wanted to do trips together. When we do social events, we meet up at least 4 times a year. The summer party, if we ever get a summer this year, we're doing it at my house, because I want to welcome people into my world, into my life, into what we're about. And a lot of people don't do that. And maybe it comes from growing up in church and being part of a community there. And so then when I stepped away from the church, for all reasons, which if you're starting to get my newer emails, you'll be hearing about, and talking about this stuff a bit more and being a lot more open and honest about my journey and experience in life, not just with trading, then when I grew up in church, I had that community and I loved it. I absolutely loved being part of a group of people, being on a mission, like trying to achieve stuff, wanting to change the world for the better. And I just realised after a couple of years of not being in the church that was still who I was, but I didn't have it anymore. So I wanted to do something that could create that again and could give that sense of community, that sense of mission to other people as well as myself. And it was from, I think, that STARTrading was born. And when I sat in a coffee shop at the start of the year, like I do every year, to kind of set my goals, set my intention, a few years ago when I did this, I realised that what I wanted to do was help people. Always had been, always wanted to do that. And I've just kind of started to put a bit more meat on that bone of what that looks like, which is why my personal mission statement and the mission statement right now of STARTrading is to help 1 million families live with less stress and more fun through financial empowerment and education, which is a big old goal.
That's a great mission.
Yeah, and you cannot achieve a mission like that on your own. You can't. You need a community, you need a team, you need support, you need help, you need social media in today's age. So please like, follow and subscribe. That'd be lovely. And share.
Join us. Join the community.
Just join the community, that as well, yeah. And so it's always been a community element. And I think one of the reasons why when we do Forex in 5, people love it, so our 5-night challenge, is because they see that we are what we say we are, and they become part of a community, albeit for that week, and then longer if they decide to continue with us in terms of training and mentorship. So yeah, and that community is accessible whether people have invested £30,000 to work with me one-on-one, or whether they've invested £30 to do Forex in 5. Last season we talked about £20 to do Forex in 5, but inflation has kicked in, so it's now £30. So yeah, we very much are a community because of, I suppose, me being the founder of STARTrading, and that's always something I've wanted to have, and therefore we attract really, really nice people, such as yourself.
Woohoo! So how did you build the community?
Oh God.
Has it always been what it is, or has it changed?
So when we first started, the community was less formal, and I don't mean formal in the sense of suit and tie. I mean, we weren't an organised community. We were an online Instagram community of probably about, 5 people, then 10 people, then 20 people, then it obviously grows. And we didn't have Discord. We ended up using Telegram, which was a bit rubbish. And by the way, everybody, if you're looking at me or chatting to me on Telegram, it's not me, because I'm not on Telegram anymore. So that's another imposter. I get imposter syndrome. How can they not? It makes no sense to me. So so we started like that. We only had a course. I launched STARTrading as a course before I'd finished it. So I then launched it as a course. People were buying the course, like, what's going on? And then people asked me if I would mentor them. So I started mentoring them, and then we just kind of grew from word of mouth and people getting results and sharing their results, and that's how we kind of started. And then because we became bigger, we needed to put more infrastructure in, and there's a lot of chat when we were on Telegram going on, and important stuff was getting missed for people. So we upgraded our internal systems to Discord, where we can split out conversations, so it's far less likely that things get lost. And if people come in late and there's like 10, 15, 20 messages, whatever it might be, they can just go to the important channel and find the important stuff. So we've just kind of grown from there. And then a lot of the reason why I got into trading was so I could travel. A lot of people want to travel. They want income which isn't based on a geographical location. And so I started putting together a travel trip, and our first one was South Africa. And the reason it was South Africa is because I love South Africa. I've been there loads. We've got quite a few students in South Africa as well. And so I pulled together like a trip of all my favourite places, and we just went for it. And there was about 24, 25 of us that went over, traded while we were there, made money while we were there, had a great time, learnt stuff, went over trading things together. It was brilliant.
Yeah, and that brings a community together as well.
Yeah. If you go on holiday together, you do bond in a different way than if you don't go on holiday together. I don't know what the alternative was. And that's why we've got just on South Africa, we've got Morocco coming up this year in October. We've got Rio coming up in February next year. And we don't know what we're going to do for October next year. I've got a few ideas.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm feeling Italy though.
Yeah?
Although I am also feeling Mykonos. Would also be quite cool.
Is it windy there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you want the wind because
Okay.
it cools things down.
Okay.
And it is quite hot.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Right,
Absolutely
let's do
stunning. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's why we kind of do those bits and pieces.